audio wasn't working. Okay. So, hi, I'm Kamika, and this is Well Balanced Wallet, where I help you create healthy money habits and live a life that you love on your current budget. And today I am switching up my budget with me process and doing it live so that you all can watch along with me and ask questions. And we can just interact with each other a little more than we do in the comments on these regular videos. So, let me bring my budget back up and we'll get started. Okay, so uh, I added the money back to the buffer category because you couldn't hear what I was saying. So we typically spend $3,500 every month, and we are a month ahead on our finances. So every time we get paid, we add money here to this buffer category until it reaches 3,500. After 3,500, we put money towards our savings or any other goals that we have, but the 3,500 is what we budget every month. So to get started, I'm going to zero this amount out, and let me know if you have questions. I can answer the questions as we go. So in the past couple of Budget With Me videos, I've been using the auto assign feature, which is this feature here where you click a button and ynab will budget your money for you. But since we're live and I kind of want to go step by step, I'll do it manually. So we've already zeroed the money out and we have $3,500 to budget. So the first bill that we look at is the phone bill. And our phone bill is typically around $74, but the high end is $80. So we're going to put the $80 here. Okay. And next is internet. And we typically spend around $117 for internet, but I just added a little bit extra, 135 right here. These are my notes on the side, by the way, to give us a little bit of cushion. But I think we would be okay this time for 120. And my husband gets a stipend for internet since he works from home as well. So it's always a little bit lower than we budget. Okay, moving on to electricity. We typically stay under 200 in the summer months. We increase this amount a little more, but for now we're going to stay at I think we're going to do a little bit less than 200 this time. Let's do 180. Okay, gas, this is gas for the car. And I based this number on whether we have any trips coming up in the month or if we're just going to be at home the whole time. So in April, we have one trip coming up. So I don't know what the gas prices are going to look like. We typically don't spend $150 for gas if we only have one trip. But I don't know what the gas prices are going to look like. So let's do the full 150. Okay, and if you notice, as I budget the money here, it goes away from the ready to assign. So that just lets me know how much money I have left to budget. All right, so the next bill is the water bill. And I just got this the other day and it's going to be $53.03. So we'll put that in. Car insurance, last year it was $97.36, but last month it actually went up to $105.09. And life insurance is always the same. So we have life insurance policies through both of our jobs, but we also have separate policies that are independent from the job, just in case we change jobs or we get a new job that doesn't offer life insurance or something like that. So it's always a good thing to have an outside policy as well. But that is always $31.88. And we are not paying student loans at the moment. Okay, the gym. So I don't have a gym membership, but we do subscribe to the Peloton app. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can use the Peloton app without having an actual Peloton spin bike or treadmill. You can use it with no equipment. They have body weight exercises, outdoor running, or you can use it with equipment that you already have at home. So The subscription is $9.99 per month. And we have a question. Do I always budget the do I always budget to the penny and not round up? It depends. So if I know what the bill is going to be, like the life insurance, the bill is exactly $31.88. Car insurance, the bill is exactly 105.09. If I know what the bill is going to be, I budget that exact amount. If I don't, like the gas, I'll just budget 150, a nice round number. So it just depends. Okay, so Apple Music. This category has a bunch of stuff wrapped up into it, and I just haven't been bothered to untangle it. So basically all of our subscriptions like Hulu or anything like that is wrapped up into this Apple Music category. So we'll just leave it at $37. That's usually enough to cover everything. Medical bills. So I mentioned in I think it was the February Debt Snowball update, that I wanted to pay our medical bills off completely and not have this bill anymore. And so that's exactly what we were able to do in March. So we don't need anything for medical bills. We paid those off, and the only debt that we have now are a couple of bills that we have in collections, but I talked more about that in our previous Debt Snowball updates. And then we also have our mortgage. So I'm excited about that. That's $200 that we freed up in our budget. And then Debt Snowball, same difference. That was for, we had a car loan at one point, and now we don't. So moving on, for the mortgage, our mortgage went up in March from 388 to 1407.91. And I explained why in a previous video. I'll link all of these videos. Thank you. I think this is either Jordan or Jayla. I'm not sure which one, but thank you. We are very excited that we paid that medical bill off. Okay, so mortgage went up a little bit, and for our home maintenance and repairs category, I put the money here after we get our 3,500. So that's why it's already funded. We just sort of add money here as we get it. So I don't usually touch that when I'm doing the monthly budget. Okay, groceries. Groceries were a struggle last month. We actually went over a little bit, but I think we'll be able to stay right at the 350 or a little bit lower, since we're going to be out of town for at least one of these weekends. So we're going to leave it at 350. Restaurants, we try to spend $150 or less on restaurants or eating out during the month. And this $35 over here in the yellow is what's left over from March. So what we still have in March, and it'll roll over once the month changes. But we're gonna put the full 150, and it'll just add to that. We'll see what happens. If we have money left over in restaurants at the end of April, then we'll probably move some of that money to a different category. Okay, lifestyle. We do $25 each per month for spending, and I know that's a very small amount of money, but we started this when we were going through a lot of stuff and didn't have a lot of money, and we wanted to make sure that we were able to still enjoy life and spend money without having to worry about where it's coming from. So we made sure to budget these $50 every month to give us something to look forward to. And once we got out of that situation, we just never changed it because we pretty much have everything else built into our budget. So it's $25 a month. Don't laugh. I know it's a small amount, but it's okay. Household goods. This is like for little things that we need around the house. How do we live on that? In case anybody wants to know, this is Care. This is my husband. And he is asking for an increase in the spending money. So that is something that we will visit and talk about pretty soon because we have some exciting news coming up in the next couple of months. So we'll see what happens. Check back in on him in a couple of months. So household goods is if we need to go and buy like a screwdriver or light bulbs or anything like that that we need around the house. So we try to keep that under $100. We usually do okay with that one. Miscellaneous is okay. So Carolyn votes for a $5 increase. That's funny. So miscellaneous is like little things that we may not have thought of that we do throughout the month or that comes up. Try to keep that under 100. Sometimes we do it, sometimes we are way over and we have to move money from another category to cover that. Next, we have entertainment. This is for like if we want to go to the movies or something, we'll just take the $50. Or if we want to buy alcohol for the house or something like that, we have the $50 here. And believe it or not, we most of the time we don't use that. I don't know. And spur of the moment, this is just $50 that I keep here just to have in case something comes up. I don't know. I can probably combine some of these categories, but I just never took the time to do that. All right. So this is the majority of our important things. And we still have $475.10 left. So let's move down a little further to our sinking funds. So my husband is in school and that is $388 a month, but we have already funded it for April. So we're not gonna do anything there. For personal care, this is for things like lotion, toothpaste, little things like that. And sometimes we splurge to buy a shirt or something. We are really not big fashion people, so we don't tend to go out and buy a lot of clothes. And if we do, we just plan for it at the beginning of the month. So we're not doing that in April. So there's $50 for that. And I had a savings challenge, or I have a savings challenge, and my goal is to save $10,000 in 2022. But I mentioned in our Debt Snowball update that we're pausing on it for now because we wanted to take the money that we had already saved, which was about $1,800, and pay off those medical bills instead, and then start the savings challenge over. So since we paid the medical bills, and I had to take money from here, like I said. Since we paid the medical bills, we can start back saving, but I don't want to put anything here just yet. I'll come back to it after we finish the rest of these. So let's see. The Christmas account, this is automatic in our paychecks. And the bank transfers $20 every time we get paid. So we'll get paid twice in April. So that would be $40. Sometimes we get paid 3 times in the month, so that's why I had to check. And then I am planning on paying for a new car in cash. We have $3,700 here so far, and I haven't put anything here in the past couple of months just because we had other priorities. I'm not in a rush to buy a car. My car is fine. So we had other priorities and haven't contributed here in a while, but this might be the month. I don't know. Let's see. Nothing for now. I'll come back to it. Fun stuff. This is for any trips that we're gonna take. And I did. Somebody asked what kind of car. I don't know yet. It's gonna be a Toyota for sure because they last. I currently drive a 2011 Camry, and there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing. I go to work and I come home. I've had it since 2012, and I just hit 100,000 miles. So that should tell you how much I drive that car. So I don't know. It's gonna be fun to go car shopping, and I'm gonna buy it in cash. I've never made a purchase with that much cash before, so that's gonna be interesting. We'll see. So fun stuff. I mentioned that we have one trip coming up. We've already paid for our hotel and tickets to do everything that we're going to do, but we do need some spending money. And when we go on trips, we don't spend our little $25 spending money. We do get a little bit of money here to spend while we're gone. So for now, I'm going to put, let's do 200. And then once we get paid throughout the month, I'll add a little bit more. Um, okay, so car maintenance and repairs. I usually keep this category at $600, but we had to buy a battery in February. And so I need to start building this back up. And eventually I'm going to have more money in here. But for now, we do what we can. So let's put $70 here to bring it up to 500. And then medical expenses, same deal. I like to keep around $600. I wish it was 6,000. I like to keep around $600 here. Um, let's see. What all do we have left? We have once per year left in reimbursements. Okay, so once per year is like our yearly subscription. So I pay for ynab, which is my budgeting software. I pay for that by the year. Amazon Prime, we pay by the year. So little things that we only pay once per year. And I want to make sure I have enough money for anything that is coming out in April. I can't remember specifically if anything's coming out in April. So let's just put $50 more here just to be safe. Okay. And then reimbursements. This is just if I need to like uh, use my card to buy a meal for people and then they cash at me the money back. I just want to have money here so I won't be taking anything away from our budget to swipe the card for everybody. So I'm not going to put anything there. $34 is fine. Okay, so we are back to new car, car maintenance and repairs, and medical expenses, and we have $65.10. I think I'm going to put it towards medical expenses because when we go to the doctor and we have to pay co-pays or anything like that, that's where we use this account. So I want to make sure we have enough money for any appointments that we have coming up in the next couple of months. So we'll start building this back up. All right, so now all of our money is assigned. This is basically how I budget. What questions does everybody have? Do you want to see anything in ynab, or do you have any questions about anything that I did within our budget? Let me know in the comments. I'll give y'all a few seconds if y'all are typing. Okay, so Carolyn said that's a great idea. Buffer cash up, basically. And I typically keep a little bit more than $34 in there because, you know, if you are going to a restaurant with like 4 people, the bill is going to be more than, or their portion of the bill is going to be more than like $34, but it's okay. I don't think I'm going out to do anything like that anytime soon. So yeah, basically a buffer cash out. Any other questions? All right. I don't see any additional questions. So that is all for this video. Thank you all for joining me live at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. And I hope you guys were able to take some information away and use it with your own budget. Oh, got another question. Do I use a banking feature on ynab? So I do have all of my bank accounts connected to ynab. So my transactions come in automatically and I just tell ynab which category to take the money from, and it's super simple. I don't have to sit there and like write out every transaction for my budget. So yeah. And I'll make a video about categorizing transactions one day. So yeah. Anything else? Any last thoughts? All right. Well, thank you again for joining me. And if you like this style video, leave a comment. You can still comment after the live, but leave a comment and let me know, and we'll be back again in May. All right. See you soon.